Hey Psychthoughts fans, Doug coming from you today from the office, and just thought I would talk about something that's pretty big, and I think it's probably much something that we could all really use today and as we look at things. In fact, this subject's so huge, I'm going to try to break it up into two parts, and this will be the first part. We'll talk a little bit about what we call the more information hypothesis. Alright? Just think about this. Every day you are constantly inundated with graphs, statistical information, everything in the world, and you have to digest this information from everything from which cleaner to use to mop your floor to which vaccination is really the best one. And we're given all this data and we look at it and we go, now I'll make a very logical decision. Today on Psych Thoughts we're going to look at how we believe the more information we get and the more educated we are, the better we make a decision. So won't you come with me on Psych Thoughts today as we look at the more information hypothesis and what it says about us and biases. So we're sitting there and we're looking at all these different types of information and all these stats, and we go, this says that, this does this and this does this. Well, hey, this is obviously the logical choice. This is facts. This is science. But how do we, we talk about, well, why can't you make a decision? Here it is. It's black and white. There's the facts, and people don't make these decisions. One of the things is that we have this hypothesis that we think that if people have more education, the more education they have, the better educated they are, the better they can understand the facts and figures. So basically it's saying that, well, you don't understand it because you don't understand nuclear physics because you don't know about the atom. And so if we gave you a little education, then you'd be able to make a better decision. Kind of makes you wonder. So a group of researchers at the University of Yale decided to test this theory. If people are more educated about stuff, will they make better decisions? Will they take that time out and look at things and go, okay, makes sense. So this study that I want to talk about happened in 2013. Never has there been a study more predominantly that we need to look at today as we start to think about how we make decisions than this. Okay? So a colleague and his different people in the fall of 2013, a law professor by the name of Dan Kahn was working with co-authors Ellen Peters, Erica Cantel Dawson, and Paul Slavic. And they set out to test this question, okay? Does people make better decisions when they have more education? And so he gave them a simple little test to see how they do. So I tell you what, I'll give you the test and we'll see how well you do so far. Alright, don't look at this number. Well, you can look at it already. But here's what they did in the test. They brought people in and they said, hey, this company's working on a new cream to test out rashes. And they divided people into two groups. One group received the new ointment and they reported any side effects, whether the rash got worse, whether it got better, but they had the groups. Second group basically received a placebo or didn't really receive anything. And they wanted to see if you just left the rash alone, did it get better or did it get worse? And so at the end of the study, they asked people, does the ointment work? Is it worth the hassle? Is it really going to work? And people would quickly look at this. And they'd see from the chart that people who used the new skin cream, 223 got better and 75 got worse, as opposed to patients who did not use the cream, 107 got better and 21 got worse. And they also tell you that, yes, the numbers are not the same because people drop in and out of the experiment. But that's the results. Now, if I asked you, is the ointment worth to use, you would probably, most people rely on their instincts and go, Doug, yes. I mean, come on, look at twice as many people got better using the ointment than those who didn't. See, that's a mental shortcut that we make. And a lot of times that would lead you to the wrong answer. Now, in their study, they found out that people who took time, looked at stuff, digested, and, dare I say the dirty word, did some math, they quickly noticed that the percentage and the ratio here is that it was better off just to leave the rash alone and not use the ointment. that you had a better chance of making it worse than you would if you just left it alone. And so this kind of really made us wonder about how we figure things. So we come to the conclusion that people who take their time, read data, kind of slowly let it sink in, and kind of go, yes, that's the correct answer. But that wasn't the whole idea about the experiment. The experiment also showed up another thing. It also showed that sometimes our biases or our feelings will basically make us dumb. Yes. In the next part of this video, I want to talk about how they took this same experiment, but this time they divided the groups into political parties, and they gave them politically charged topics, and they gave them the results and data. And what they found out is that, well, I'll just wait and let you see what they found out about that. As always, I hope that you enjoy these short little videos and everything. Psychology is everywhere, and it is always vastly interesting. Make sure you tune in Friday for the next part of this video, where you'll find out how to bias and how that influences our decisions, and how we're not really the smartest people as we think we are, and we're easily fooled. As always, like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. As always, see ya.